Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Was Taken by the Sannins. Remember to give this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, remember to go ahead and check out the brand new episode over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto Was the Ultimate Saiyan, and enjoyed that guys. And also, I posted a brand new episode over Anime King 2 of What If Naruto at his strongest was sent to another timeline, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family, and thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, would you see begin this new episode start? The intro. So, the last spot we left off, Harrison was looking towards a small child that was in the basket, as it was none other than Naruto. As the child had just lost so much, on the first day of his birth, the first day of him seeing the world, his both parents were gone, as a nine-tail attack had left Minato and Kushina deceased. The first person who the man had went to, as it was Ren and Kakashi, who was still alive, as Kakashi had saw Naruto as a demon, even going as far as to threaten the baby. And for the rest of the village, Harrison was disgusted. Minato sacrificed his life, but the things that he heard, the things that they said about the child, it made Harrison so angry to hear them, as he was nothing but a child, and yet they wanted the baby dead. He knew that they all lost a lot, but this was going to be too far. The Sannins came in the room as Tsunade immediately grew attached to the boy as he saw him looking at her, as Orochimaru and Jiraiya stood there as well. Tsunade got attached to the boy as she could not let him down, and after hearing the wicked, decrepit things that the people in the village said, she couldn't allow him to stay here. She couldn't allow him to be raised in this environment, and hearing what Kakashi had said, she would never allow Naruto to stay with them, so she would take him with her. As Jiraiya and Orochimaru offered to raise the boy as well. As Harrison saw that it was probably the best idea to get Naruto to the village right now, as the people were too caught up in their hate and their anger for the loss of their loved ones to think rationally. So he agreed with the plan. As Orochimaru had made his way off, he had a sister, but his sister had died in the attack of the nine-tailed fox, leaving behind her child, Anko and Shizune. As Orochimaru took the child with him, and with that they left the village. They spent years on the road, as it was quite a strange family setup, but it worked. As Naruto grew, and he learned, as the three Sannins teach them as lot as they could, as Shizune was there as well, all of them. As the family setup was nice until Jiraiya and Orochimaru got captured, but they were able to free themselves though. As they rushed back to where the others were, Tsunade was taken down after she took down several of these unknown people. As Naruto went angry when he saw them hurting Anko and his family, as the fox chakra consumed him as he fought and defeated several of them. In his rage, it was just wild and uncontrollable, as their Senmons were not putting him unconscious, but they didn't seem to want to kill Naruto though, as one of them told him to say hello to the fox, saying that they were disciples of the fox. Naruto didn't understand, as they flashed away when they heard Jiraiya and Orochimaru coming, knowing that this time they would not survive if they fought the Sannins. As Naruto explained everything that happened, some time passed as they returned back to the village, as Naruto was now 12 years old. The moment they did though, hassle and problems started up, as the man had made a comment when he had saw Naruto whisker marks and his face. Tsunade had put the man in the hospital, as people weren't sure if the man would ever walk again. As they marched toward the office, she could not allow Naruto to stay here. She would not raise them in this environment, as she had seen both Anko and Naruto as her children, and she was not gonna leave them here. As people were using their hatred and using it on Naruto, and the ones that were close around him, and she would not allow them to do that. As they had came to an agreement, if things in the panel here, they had talked to a daimyo from a small village, and they were building it up to relocate in that village. As Hiruzen couldn't believe what he was hearing until Danzo came in the room. As the man had marched in with his route behind him to capture the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, as the boy should die, but he would be not allowing that after all. He needed 9 tails. Hiruzen had let his control slip over the village, as Danzo and the elders felt they had enough power to directly challenge him. Feeling like he was the unfit Hokage for letting the Kyuubi Jinchuriki escape in the first place, as Danzo was not gonna let it go, as he told his envoys to kill them all. So yeah guys, that's basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the place and check out for yourself. So what do you say begin this new episode start right away. Sarutobi wished that the day wouldn't have turned out like this, as the man released his killer intent in the room, reminding them why he got his titles as a professor and as a god of shinobis as well. The root envoy that made a mistake. Sarutobi kicked the man right through the window as he broke through it and fell. His envoys flashed into the room, seized all root members immediately, arrest Danzo along with Councilman Homura and Koharu. As Hiruzen turned toward the kids as he saw Tsunade checking over Naruto for any wounds, before she pulled him into a bone-crushing hug. "Mom, here," said Naruto, as Anko laughed, until Orochimaru pulled her into a hug as well, doing the same thing. "I'm too old for this," she said, but she was not struggling that much to get out. He turned his gaze towards Jiraiya, who had his foot on Homura's chest. "Now you old fossil, you threaten our children. You and the old fart has a grudge against a child that has never done you any wrong." His father sealed 9 tails inside of him to save this village, but I can tell you right now, Minato would regret his sacrifice if he saw how you bastards were acting. Both Sarutobi and the Downcast members widened as Jiraiya spilled the boy heritage, but Naruto did not react in the slightest. So they told him, "Dad, what did Uncle Orochi told you about playing with people dumber than yourself?" said Naruto. So he calls them Mom, Dad, and Uncle, Sarutobi thought as he watched everything unfold. As Jiraiya smiled at the boy, "Not to play with people dumber than myself." As Orochimaru snorted, "Like there's anyone dumber than you." "Up yours, Orochi teen," said Jiraiya, as he placed more pressure on the elders' chests. "I'm trying to think of a reason why I shouldn't plant a Rasengan in your face right now." As Sarutobi coughed, "I prefer you not kill them unnecessary. I need to find out how far this power struggle goes." Jiraiya snorted. "The damn council," he said. As Tsunade stood, "We're leaving. Shizune." "I'm okay, late Tsunade. I'm sorry, Danzo got away." Tsunade waved it off. "He's a cockroach. Hard to damn kill. It's not your fault." As Orochimaru looked towards Sarutobi, "We shall be leaving Konoha from this day forth. We will no longer be allied to it." As the 3 Sannins left, along with Shizune, as Sarutobi winced, he had read the doctor report that Danzo and his roots had made, claiming that they had found experiments in Orochimaru's lab. Sarutobi had laughed, as he told him the Sannin has not been in the village for some time now. And on that report, strangely, several wealthy people left Konoha, including the Yakushi clan. He has allowed things to happen under his nose. They even wanted to frame Orochimaru for things that he hadn't done. And if the Sannins were ever going to return, if you ever gonna get them back in the good grace of Konoha, he needed to clean up his act. As he watched the 3 leave his office, as he sat down in his chair, he really hated this job. It was becoming rather too stressful on him. Time skip. Tsunade held Naruto as they passed through the market town, never once looking down or back. "Mom," as she looked towards him, "are we ever going back to Konoha?" "No," she said. "We're gonna take up residence in that little village that we set up in Rice. Your uncle will be the Kage." Jiraiya snorted as Orochimaru slapped him with the back of the head. Slow it, dope, he said. Unless you want to be Kage. Oh hell no, said Jiraiya. I hate all that paperwork. As Shizune asked, but what will we call the village? The hidden sound, Orochimaru said. We find several, none, allied ninjas and samurais, along with several villagers that want something better. Naruto continued to look towards his uncle as he speak. Many people don't like the rules or laws that the ruling families in many villages pass to support themselves. We set up this village so no laws favor anyone. Only the Kage of the sound will be the one and only law. There will be no council, ninjas will be trained, no favoritism like there had been in Konoha and several of the other villages that we passed through in the past years. As Anko asked, who's gonna teach, he said. While Tsunade and Shizune set up the hospital and I'll run the Kage office. The idiot over there will be helping with the academy. Me? Said Jiraiya. I can't teach. Only until we have more stable ninja forces, Tsunade said. Many of the ninjas that we talked to are missing nins, or who were betrayed or fled, or were disillusional with the system. I'm sure that we'll find some suitable teacher amongst them. Jiraiya snorted, or freaks. What's he mean by that, Mom? Said Naruto. Tsunade looked towards Naruto. He means people that are stranger than him. As Naruto's eyes widened, is that even possible? He said. As the group started to laugh. Time skip. Back at Konoha. There's no trace of them, Lord Hokage. Inu, Mass reported. What happened? As Sarutobi sighed, Danzo and his conspirators made a power play, but it backfired badly. The Sannins, with the daimyo permission, has abandoned Konoha. They, along with Naruto, had left our country, and they're going to make a new hidden village. Danzo and his root tried to kill the adoptive son of the Sannins. They took it like any parent would. Inu sighed. We've captured 47 members of Root. However, Danzo has yet to be found. Put the word out. Danzo and his roots are to be captured or killed on sight. Anything else, asked Hiruzen. We lost sight on missing Nin, Ren Inazaka, said the masked ninja. As the way he spoke, it sounded like he was hurting to say those words. Where? Asked Hiruzen. Near the border. The Chunin that saw her were knocked out. No injuries like every encounter, said Inu. Hiruzen nodded, dismissed, he said. Once he was gone, Hiruzen slammed his fist into the table. This is not good. Danzo was still out there in the wind, and the Sannins were gone, including Naruto as well. And also, Minato 3rd student Ren hasn't been brought in yet. As he pulled out his pipe, he could already imagine the headache that he would be getting from the remaining council. Meanwhile, on an unknown mountain range, report, a deep voice said, Nadas. The man that attacked Naruto and his family went on one knee. I was unable to retrieve the Kyuubi, my master. It is bound to a mortal child, with a seal on his stomach. The figure snarled, as it was only smoke and shadow. Then bring me the child. The barrier must fall. I am doing what I can, master, but I lost them in our last encounter. It is like the boy knows how to mask his signature. Then find the other 8. I will send my emissary when you have the other 8. Should I confront the Kyuubi container again, master? No. Leave it free for now. Allow it to grow in power. It will make taking over the realm so much more sweeter. What of the elder gods? Nadas asks. They know nothing for now. We must be careful. The last thing we need is for one of them to become involved. The shadow form shifted. Now leave the Kyuubi child free. When the time comes, we shall take him and crush him. By your command, Nada said. I will send you soul collectors. You will use them to harvest the other 8. Do not fail me, Nadas. I won't fail you, master. As the shadowy figure vanished, as Nadas got back to his feet. I won't fail, he said. Time skip. Naruto's 13th birthday was a sight to behold. All of the sound was gathered. The sound Kage Orochimaru smiled at his nephew as village games were being played all over. The sound has grown over the last several years. The village was hidden underground, beneath a small farm that was nestled in the valley of a very difficult place to get to unless you know the safe pathways. Anko was thriving in the sound as well. She made Jonin right before her 18-year-old birthday, as she had moved fast because she wanted to be Naruto's Jonin sensei. As anyone else that tried to take her position, she would string them up. Over the past 6 years, since leaving Konoha for the second time, there has been several attempts on Naruto's life. Mercenaries, hired and sent by Danzo, secretly. And the Sannins felt it was allowed by the Council of Konoha, so they blamed the village even more. Jiraiya's first year as a teacher had gone surprisingly smooth, even though there was some older students in the class, as some of them didn't have any proper ninja guidance. They had the skills but they didn't know how to properly use them, so they entered the academy even at 18 and 19 years old. And Jiraiya tried to hit on them, as Tsunade had to beat the crap out of him. As the hospitals, Tsunade and Shizune had running quite well as they got a lot more medics on their team. As Orochimaru taking their advice, each team had to have a medical expert on it, someone that dabbled in the medical arts. Naruto's ninja career at first had been difficult, as he was not used to sharing the attention of his family so much, as they had found him pouted in a corner. So Tsunade had put him through training, her type of training, as he got her full attention, training that left him on the ground, weakened, and unable to move. And not to mention his sister also made sure that he was ready for a good fight by putting him through hell. It was difficult but it helped him grow. But his sister was a bit psychotic. Yeah, that was an understatement. Flashback. Come on, said Naruto. As they raced around the forest around the Sound farmlands, the pair had snuck out and they were playing a game, tag with kunai. It was not only a simple game but it was also a training exercise, as one would chase the other one with weapons, throwing and tossing after them, for them to duck, dodge, and escape. Once they got hit and heal up, they would chase the other one. They never did this around their family because they know that they would lose their mind. You suck, brat, Uncle said, as Naruto leaped out of a tree, as a volley of kunai stuck right into it. I'll get you, she yelled at him. You couldn't catch a man if you had boobs, said Naruto, as he ducked, as the trees was pelted once again, as he laughed. As he was running, looking behind him, he slammed into something. Well, someone. As he looked up, hello? A silver-haired man. As the man reached down and grabbed Naruto by his shirt and lifted him off the ground, as he was one of the members of the Yakushi clan that had left Konoha. Well, look what we have here. We escaped Konoha for medical experiments, and we still ran into the demon brat. Father, a boy, Uncle 8 said, as he adjusted his glasses. Shouldn't we let him go? Let him go? Kabuto, you're as weak-willed as your mother was. We kill him and present him to the mysterious Sound Kage, and we will ensure our place in the land of sound. Let my brother go, Uncle yelled, as she dropped from the tree and delivered a brutal kick to the back of the man's head, as the others moved in, as one of them grabbed Uncle from behind. Father, let him go, she's wearing a sound headband. Move! As he was backhanded by his own father, the boy named Kabuto fell, as his glasses fell off, as he reached around looking for them. As he found them, as he put them on, as he saw Naruto ready to jump into the fight. I get help, said Naruto, the form nearby. Tell Chichi-sama what's going on. Kabuto nodded as he ran off. His mother's dying wish was for him not to end up like his father, but he was forcefully dragged along, as his father and his clan was performing experiments while in Konoha on the civilians and ninja alike, and he was forcefully brought along even though he didn't want to go, as he had a feeling that his father had something to do with his mother's sudden death, because his mother was against the idea of him experimenting on people. But his father and the other members of his clan were ruthless individuals that didn't care about the human life, just working for their experiment. All of these men were trained ninjas, as they were too powerful to be subdued by the two kids, as Naruto and Anko were bound and gagged. As one of the men got a sick twisted look on his face. What do you say we have some fun with this one, before we kill ourselves a demon brat? As the others chuckled, as he looked down towards Anko, as Naruto's eyes snapped as he bit down in a gag, screaming and raging until the man behind him slammed his head into the ground. When Orochimaru, Tsunade, and Jiraiya and Kabuto came back as they found Anko, her clothing was torn, as it was blood and gore all over her, as she was holding on to an unconscious Naruto. The remains of the Yakushi man were littering the clearing. Body parts were everywhere, hands, feet, Heads. By Anko's legs there were a pair of blood-soaked kunais. As she was humming to the unconscious Naruto with her eyes glazed over. End of flashback. Naruto and Anko never spoke of it, but their bonds as siblings were tighter from then on. As the other one was never too far from the other one, as they trained like crazy to become stronger. Back to Naruto's birthday party. Friends, Orochimaru said, quieting the people. We are gathered here today to celebrate the 13th birthday of my nephew Naruto here. Cheers of happy birthday Naruto ran out. As Naruto blushed a bit, many of the girls in the academy thought his whisker marks were exotic. As Naruto blushed as they were always chasing after him. Not that he could really get close because Anko said that she would not allow any cheap hussies to mess with his young mind. As Naruto had several friends though, his own age. Yes, happy birthday indeed, Orochimaru said. Now, as Son Kage, I need to speak on some things. And I beg Naruto forgiveness for speaking about serious things. On the day of his celebration, Orochimaru said. Naruto nodded, telling him that it was fine. Now I want to thank our allies from the sun for being here, Orochimaru said. Cheers went up and Gaara, who was next to Naruto, bowed his head. As both him and Naruto has been friends for years. And Gaara's father was always happy to unload his children upon the sound. As they have more friends here anyway. Ever since Jiraiya fixed the seal, Gaara was able to manipulate the One Tail's power, and not to mention sleep, just like Naruto with the Kyuubi. I also want to inform you all that in the coming weeks, we will be traveling to Konoha for June exams. A mixture of boos and cheers made this announcement. I know, but the daimyo has requested that we show our skills. Therefore, I've selected several teams, Orochimaru said. As he put a hand on his nephew's shoulder, I'm sure that you all know while in Konoha, I want the guards on their top form. Konoha is foolish to believe my nephew is a Kyuubi that he holds. Gaara placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. The both of them had a rather deep bond that wasn't really normal because they both understand each other because of what they held. Team selections and placement will be taking place tomorrow, and we will begin our journey. While I'm gone, Lord Orochimaru, a voice said, you can't leave. Orochimaru smiled as several people protest him putting himself in danger. I thank you all for your concerns, but I can't allow my Jennings nor my family to return to a place that means them harm, without being there to protect them. While I'm gone, I will leave Zabuza in command. The former swordsman was found in Wave, near to death after a confrontation with Konoha ninjas. His ward Haku almost died, but it had taken a lot of Tsunade's skills, hours. When she was done, she was unable to move, as she had passed out. But she had saved their life. The two joined up with a sound. After, they were saved by them, as this was a place that they could be, where they were running constantly from, well, Kiri, and the hunter ninjas coming after them, as Zabuza swore a blood oath to protect the Sannin, the village, and his family. And then there was Haku, as she was 1 year older than Naruto, as Naruto had became quick friends with her. Now that is all, Orochimaru said. Now let's get back to the celebration. I do believe there's cake and presents, he said. As 6 ninjas came out with a cake, the thing was massive. Well, everyone in the town will have a slice, it seems, as the ninjas were actually struggling the way the thing was big, but they brought it in. Happy birthday, Naruto, Orochimaru said, as he gave Naruto a hug. Thank you, uncle, said Naruto. Your mother, the Baka, and I have a special gift for you, as the two Sannins approach. You didn't have to, said Naruto, but Tsunade cut him off. You always say that, brat, she said, but we wish we could have given you so much more over the years. You gave me everything I ever need, Mom, he said. The woman grabbed him as she pulled him into a tight hug, unable to help it. The kid is the luckiest man on earth, said Jiraiya, as Naruto could not breathe though because Tsunade's chest was so massive. He's a heartbreaker, said Orochimaru, as both men chuckled as they remember the battles of the Kunoichis, as several girls like Naruto, the girls his age, had fought, as they decided to fight to see who would get his affection. Even though Naruto did not know most of them, they actually fought. A rather dangerous battle because none of them pulled any punches. Temari, who had liked Naruto ever since she saw him when he first came to the sand. Haku, who had taken a real liking to Naruto because he had checked on her while she was in the hospital. He brought her flowers, food, and he talked with her about her dream. And being a medic ninja, as she knew the medical arts. Then there was Kin, a girl in Naruto class, and Teiwa, who was Anko's age, and a member of Orochimaru's personal sound guard. But Anko was there as well, as she said that none of them weren't good for her brother, so she had joined in, and she started to beat the crap out of them, but they all realized that she didn't want any of them to get close to Naruto, so they all attacked her, and it became nasty. Shizune had to tell Tsunade to release Naruto, as Naruto took in a deep breath. As we were saying, we have a gift for you from the three of us, Orochimaru said. It's very special, and with the dangers of coming exams, we all will feel a whole lot better knowing that you have this. As Kabuto came out with a scroll on a pillow, the last Yakushi was loyal to Orochimaru and his family for taking him in after the fall of his last family. Happy birthday, Naruto-kun, Kabuto said with a smile. Thanks, Kabuto. And stay away from my sister, said Naruto. Uncle bobbed Naruto over the head. Stay out of it, brat, she said. As Orochimaru drew the attention back to him, the three of us has gotten you a very special contract, Naruto-kun. As you know, your mother, the Baker, and I, each, hold a summoning contract. Your mother with the slugs, the pervert with the toads, and I with the snakes, which your sister has signed as well. As Naruto looked towards his sister, as she had a beaming smile on her face, as he knew that she wanted that ever since she rode on back of Manda when they were younger. Manda was a very dangerous snake, but the two were able to find a spot at the back of his head that no matter how much he tried to get, he could not, but the two were able to reach it with their small hands. The snake had melted under their hands, as he couldn't believe they finally found a spot that has been nagging at him for years now. This is your personal contract, Naruto. No one has signed it. It was made by the great sage, Sanzo. As Naruto looked up at that, he remembered the blonde monk who passed through the sound with his very three strange friends. He had liked the one that was called Son Goku. After studying your seal, he has made you a contract with the foxes, not like the Kyuubi, but with the Kitsune. No, you won't be able to summon the Kyuubi, as Orochimaru saw her eyes widen thinking of the same thing. The foxes are like the other summons, like the toads and snake that you've met. Sanzo was very careful after he saw your nightmare, said Tsunade, as Sanzo and his group was chasing something called a nightmare demon. Naruto never knew those things existed, but Sanzo and his group had came to the sound, and they were able to dispel the demon from here and set up wards around the village. As Naruto nightmares involve the Kyuubi breaking free and killing everyone, but the worst one was him taking the Kyuubi's power and getting so crazy that he lashed out and attacked everyone. The three Sannins had been heartbroken when Naruto was afraid to sleep, because his dreams had really messed him up, so Jiraiya had placed a second seal over the first one to ensure him that it doesn't matter if he sleep, the beast would not take over. It took a long time before Naruto was able to comfortably get a good night of sleep once again. Thank you, uncle, mom, pervert, said Naruto, as Jiraiya grumbled at me before Tsunade punched him over the head, telling him to be quiet, as they show him the hand signs. As they led him out of the farming village, they brought him to the crop top of a mountain that was close by. It was a steep, not really a mountain. As Tsunade went through hand sign first and summoned Katsuya, Jiraiya summoned Gamabunta, Manda was summoned, and Naruto went through hand signs last, summoning Jutsu, as a huge poof appeared, just as big as Manda and Katsuya, and Gamabunta. As behind him the citizens of the sound was stunned to what they saw. Standing near with the other boss summons was a beautiful female fox, the reddish brown fur, white marks and black paws. Beautiful, said Naruto. The summon looked down and everyone could swear that they saw it smile. Why thank you, the fox said. As Naruto blushed a bit. He didn't know why, but the fox was just so cute. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, my first summon holder. Hello, young master, she said. As Gamabunta snorted. Hey Bunta, why don't you show me the same respect she showed the kid? Simple, because you're a pervert, said Gamabunta, as Manda and Katsuya chuckled at that. Can I ask for your name, said Naruto. Izumi. You may call me Izumi, she said. The pervert and uncle and mom had to take tests to gain their contract. What do I have to do, said Naruto. Oh, your test was already taken the moment you were born. You hold the Kyuubi demon fox at bay. Your strength has been proven when Monk Sanzo contacted the spirit realm and asked us to be your summon. Me and all my children agreed. You've proven to us the kindness of your heart, the strength of your will. You are the fox summoner, Izumi said, crouching down low, so her face was close to the blonde. As Naruto moved forward and hugged the giant fox muzzle. "Thank you, Izumi-sama," said Naruto. "I will do my best to use you and your children with the honor that you deserve." The demon fox was different from the summoned foxes, as everyone could see that. As the fox motioned for Naruto to get on as he did, as he get pounded off. "The kid is really something special, huh?" said Jiraiya. "That he is," said Tsunade. "We've each helped raise him," Orochimaru said. "And when he's older, I want him to be the next Hokage." As they watched as Naruto ride on top of the fox. "What are we gonna do about Konoha?" Tsunade asked. "I'm not sure. We have several options. None of them I like. Our main concern is getting Naruto in and out safely, along with everyone else." "Means you too, Urkai team," Jiraiya said. "Ah, you care. It warmed my heart," Orochimaru said, with a chuckle. "Cold heart," said Jiraiya as he crossed his arms. "Yep, but warm hands," Orochimaru said. "Alright, that's enough, both of you," said Tsunade. "Let's get back on topic, shall we?" "Alright, yes. I will be in charge of Naruto's team." "I wanted that team," said Jiraiya. "What? I wanted it," said Tsunade. "Poker?" said Orochimaru. "Same stakes?" said Jiraiya. "Hell no," said Tsunade. Over to the side, Shizune watched him as she shook her head. As Kabuto was standing there as well. "Oh, Kabuto," she said, as he smiled at her. As her smile seemed to thin a bit. "About the attention that you've given to my niece," she said. Kabuto gulped at that, as she placed the arm around his shoulder. "I think we will need to have a small discussion when it regarded my niece, Kabuto-chan," she said, with a smile on her face that seemed too good to be true. Despite calling him Kabuto-chan, he decided to stay quiet, as he was a bit afraid. As the Zone 5 was standing there. "Nothing will happen to your son, Lady Tsunade. Unless I am dead and buried," said Kimimaro, as he had sworn loyalty the moment she had healed him from his sickness. Something he thought he was gonna die from, but no, she healed him. Time skip. Konoha. Sarutobi looked over the acceptances from several villages, as he saw one of them with a musical note on it. "My students, you are the new village that we heard so much about, the ones that have accepted the Kazekage children because he feared them. The ones who rescue Wave Country from the manipulations of the crime lord Gato after Konoha failed in it." Sarutobi sighed. "I miss you all," he thought, as he had new council members picked up the vacant seats of the ones that was removed, as he really hoped they had a proper state of mind and don't do anything stupid or else. Time skip. Time had come for the tuning exams within Konoha. The Sound Ninjas were walking within their squads. Naruto, under his mother's watchful eye, was teamed up with Gaara and Kin. The three had worked hard over the past few weeks, as they had built a solid team and they discovered each other's weaknesses. Temari, Haku, and Ryu formed another team, as they were under Anko's command. Anko was really watching the two girls so that she could keep a better eye on them, for them to stay away from her brother. Ryu was from Naruto's class, a rather exceptional shinobi. Jiraiya led the third team, which consists of Kankuro, Kabuto, and Dosu. Orochimaru with his personal guards were there, as well as Shizune, who was acting as his personal assistant. Kabuto was not really a genin though, he was added, because he already made Chunin last year, and Dosu as well, as he was a bit older than the few, but him and Kabuto was there to keep an eye on them just in case. Temari had waited because she wanted a team with Naruto, and Haku medical training had kept her from taking apart June exams last year. After all, they were a bit older, but not by that much. "It doesn't seem fair, does it?" Jiraiya said. "What doesn't?" asked Orochimaru. "That we're only entering one true genin team, a second partial team, and a third team to protect them all. Do you trust Konoha to not try something?" asked Orochimaru. "No, you're right. I doubt since they cleaned them all out. The last assassin led right back to the Konoha Council." Both men were not pleased with the assassination attempt on the blonde that they consider their son/nephew. "I still like Haim's answer for dealing with them," said Orochimaru as they saw the gates of the village. Jiraiya winks, popping their head like a grape, and mailing their remains to Konoha is kind of, what am I saying? "That is just like her," said Jiraiya. "I hear the stone has been sniffing around," said Jiraiya. As Jiraiya watches Orochimaru nodded, "I warned them off. I also got a warning about a mutual annoyance called Nodus has been seen in Kiri not too long ago," as both men growled a bit as they did not forget The man that tried to take Naruto all those years ago. You think he'll be here as well, said Jiraiya. None of my spies have been able to track him. Halt! The gate guards appear. State your names and purpose for entering Konoha. I'm the Sound Kage from the Sound Village, along with my Genin teams and personal guard. We're here for Chunin exams as Orochimaru was wearing a straw hat. As the man saw when Orochimaru lifted up, Orochimaru, he said. Lady Tsunade, Master Jiraiya, you're back, the other one said. Welcome home. No, Orochimaru said. Konoha is no home anymore. It is a place that tried to kill our child the last time we were here. Now this time, if that happened outside the exam, it will be seen as an act of war. Tell that to the council. They took the passage. Where will we be staying? The Red Oak, the man said. Sir, the Hokage would like to speak with you and your companions. He had word sent to the gate when you guys showed up. We will see him once we check in, Orochimaru said, as he got off a Chunin and made his way. As people start to whisper, as Tsunade walked beside Naruto, daring one of these idiots to try anything for her to knock their lights out. It has been far too much years for someone to come back and piss her off, and this time she would not go easy on none of them. As they arrived, they found a Jonin waiting for them. Tsunade grit her teeth. Hatake, she said. Orochimaru placed a hand on Tsunade's shoulder. Hatake, he said. As Tsunade asks, what do you want? Is this him? Said Kakashi. As the group narrowed their eyes, they remember what Kakashi said 13 years ago from Sarutobi. None of your concern, said Jiraiya. Kakashi's lone eyes scanned over Naruto. He looks so much like Minato Sensei. He should. He's his son. Said a voice. Ren! As Naruto rushed to greet her. Kakashi froze when he heard that name. Ren? She had vanished several years after the Sannins had left. Of course she hadn't spoken to him since that night. Hello, Hatake. As she looked down. Look at you, Naruto, she said. It's been 3 years since I passed through the sound. You have grown. I'm 13, Ren, said Naruto, as she ruffled his hair. As she ignored Kakashi, who was standing there, looking at her in surprise and shock. Got a girlfriend yet, Ron, she said. No, Uncle-chan keep on chasing him away, said Naruto. As Kakashi spoke, where did you go? I thought you were killed on a mission. She snapped her glare towards him. As far as the people of Konoha and ninjas know, I am dead. I died the night my teammate tried to kill our sensei's son. I died when my clan banished me, when I could not meet their standards. As she turned her back on the man. Sorry, I haven't been through the sound lately. I was gathering up reports from the old pervert, she said. Which one, said Naruto, with a cheeky grin. I'm not a pervert, said Jiraiya. As he made a pose. I'm a super pervert, he said. Tsunade's fist drive him deep in the earth. We should get caught up. After all, I owe you all for saving me, as she said, with a smile. As the three Sannins, Naruto and Anko and Shizune knew what she meant. Flashback. I can't believe there are towns like this still around, Shizune said. As the group slipped through an alley, they were in a mining town in the southern border of the Fire Country. The daimyos have tried, but they keep on popping up. Between the mining, the gambling, and the prostitutions, and the slave rings here, and the unsavory people. Naruto, Anko, stay close, said Jiraiya. No wondering off this time. As they were entering the center of the town, where there was a large gathering. What's going on here, said Shizune. Jiraiya growled. Slave auction, he said, as he saw the man in the middle of the street. End of flashback. They rescued me and 100 other people. I swore my loyalty to them that day. It was that mission the council sent me on, alone and underprepared. Ren, Kakashi looked uncertain on what to say. You're blocking the way, Hatake. We need to check in, Orochimaru said. What are you doing here? I came to cheer on my team. I know the Kages don't usually arrive until the finals, but I'm not letting Naruto or the others come here without me. Why? Said Kakashi in surprise. Simple. We no longer trust Konoha. Now you can go and tell the old man that the Sound Kage is here and will meet with him in an hour. As the guards, especially Kimimaro, gave Kakashi a side glance, looking like he was itching to kill him if he even stepped close to Naruto or the others. Time skip. As Naruto sat on the bed. So that was my father's student, he said, as his voice was soft. Anko placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. We were told that we would run into him. Naruto nodded. You're gonna be okay sharing with Kim-chan and Haku-chan, he said. Anko growled. Better than their alternative, she said. Which was, said Naruto. They wanted to share a room with you. As Naruto smiled at his sister, protectiveness over him. And you don't think I would like that, he asked. Uncle bopped him on the head. You've been spending too much time around that pervert, she said. Hey, you be careful in the exam, alright, she said. Naruto placed a hand on her shoulder. I'll be careful, not to mention I got Gaara and Kinchan on my team. As Temari and Nakken entered, Hey Temari-chan, said Naruto. Have either of you seen Gaara, she asked. They shook their head. Damn it. You want help finding him, said Naruto. Please. You and your families are the only one that he listened to, she said, with a small grumble. He listened to you most of the time since his seal was fixed, said Naruto. I know, she said. Hell, he listened better than Kankuro. I'll let the others know that we're gonna look for him. Wait outside, Uncle said. Thanks, Naruto. You and your family has done so much for us. As Naruto waved it off, Uncle Orochimaru saw how your father treated you, and it was the best trade he ever made. As they stood outside, several ninjas walked past and looked towards them, as they focused on Naruto's face. As they started to scowl a bit, they see me as a fox, said Naruto. Just like how the Sand saw Gaara as an overgrown, fat sand rat, said Temari. Hey, Naruto. Yeah, Temari-chan? Would you like to go with me to eat tonight, she said. You know, just the two of us. As Naruto was about to say something until Anko finally came back at the wrong moment. Come on, let's find Raccoon Boy, she said. As Temari frowned. Time skip, as the group was making their way as a boy ran through an alleyway and slammed into Naruto and he fell. Hey, watch where you're going. Watch where I'm going? You ran into me, said Naruto. No, I did not, the boy said. Naruto reached down and picked the kid up by his collar as he lifted him up to eye level. As several people came around the corner, one of them was a girl, his age, pink hair. Then there were two smaller kids, this kid's age, and there was a guy wearing a black pants and pink shirt. Put him down, the pink hair girl said. I'm just helping him up, said Naruto, as he placed the boy down on his feet. Yeah, that's right. You better apologize, the boy said. Konohamaru, the pink hair girl said. And why is that, said Naruto. Because he's a Hokage's grandson, the boy in the pink shirt said. Grandson, said Naruto. Yeah, that's right, said Konohamaru, as he puffed out his chest. No, apologize. As Naruto gripped him by the shirt. I don't care if he's your grandmother. You ran to me, you little snot. Perhaps I should pound some sense into you. This village is obviously not taught you any, said Naruto. As Naruto felt something coming, as he reached and grabbed the stone, as he looked down his palm, as he glanced up to the tree to see a boy sitting up there, with black hair that looked like a duck butt. Let him go, or I'll make you. Naruto snorted. Try, and you will die, said Naruto. The boy was confused, until he felt something as he turned to see the darkened expression on the redhead face. Can't you stay out of trouble? Gaara asked. You know me, need to meet new people, and meet new enemies all at the same time, said Naruto. As the black hair boy was shocked as hell, as he didn't even sense anyone behind him. We were looking for you, you know. You really need to tell someone where you're going, especially since we're not at home, said Naruto. Gaara advanced in the sand sunshine as he reappeared next to Naruto. Don't be so rude next time, Squirt, said Naruto, as he dropped the kid on his feet. Sasuke Uchiha jumped down as he landed next to his teammates, next to the stunned Konohamaru as well. Hey, you, Blondie. What's your name? The group stopped and looked back. Who, me? Said Temari. No, the other blonde. Sorry, I don't swing that way, said Naruto. Besides, it's bad manners to ask for things without introducing yourself first. I don't care, said Naruto, cutting him off. We have more important things to do than play with a bunch of rude Konoha genin and children. As Naruto was about to turn until he saw his way blocked by Kakashi Hatake. Sensei, the pink-haired girl said, as his lone eye was focused on Naruto. Being rude yourself, Naruto, he said. I really don't think you have room to talk, Cyclops, Uncle said. And I know for a fact that his mother don't want you anywhere near him. Kakashi ignored her as he took a step towards Naruto. I wish to speak to you, he said, as Naruto narrowed his gaze towards the man. But guys, the be ends episode right here. If you want to see next person, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. And also, guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto Was the Ultimate Saiyan, and enjoy that, guys. And also, I posted a brand new episode over in the making too of what if Naruto at his strongest was sent to another timeline. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy, guys. And remember, for anyone this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the making family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, remember to turn on that bell notification to stay posted. I'm out for now. See you guys very soon. Peace.